the corner where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We touched down from a higher plane. Why you landed here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
This episode of Chief Concerns is brought to you by betonline.ag. Hey there, Marcus Dash here from Chief Concerns. Just want to comment and say BetOnline is your #1 source for all your sports betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for football, baseball, boxing, golf, and much more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cash and Props. Jason Dunn and Marcus Dash, and my brother Teja Dash. Neither of them are on right now. Yeah, we haven't been on. We haven't had a show in about 2 weeks, I think. Or no, last week. Yeah, we didn't have one last week, but yeah, I'm battling a flu right now, guys. So, well, hopefully our guys come on here soon so we can knock this episode out. But yeah, last week we didn't have a show, but probably one of my my best weeks on the same game parlay. I had pretty much every prop that I placed last week hit except for one, and that was for the Butker to have over 2.5 field goals or something like that. Yeah, it didn't hit. That was the only one that did not hit, but everything else hit, and that would have been pretty good. But this week I've kept it very safe with my bets. Yeah, I kept it very safe with my bets this week, and hopefully we can make some money this week for everybody. Yeah, so I hope Teja and JD can get on soon. Yeah, but I'm gonna begin right now with actually, before I get into the bets for this week's episode, I just want to say that we were having I'll be launching it this weekend or maybe early next week. I've just been really under the weather, so I haven't really done that yet. But we're doing a 5K giveaway. So I think we are about 400 subs away from 5,000 subscribers. And we're going to give away a bunch of posters that we have. We've gotten from our guy Corey the artist, and also a commemorative football to last season Super Bowl football. We're giving away. So we got Chief Concerns headbands. We're giving away a lot of stuff to all our subscribers, new subscribers. We're going to have that whole giveaway on Twitter. And then we're going to be giving away all that stuff as we hopefully can get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Teja's on now. All right, Teja, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man.
Yeah, just talking to our people about our 5K giveaway that we're going to be going on, and we're going to begin now with our bets this week. JD's not on yet. Hopefully he comes on soon. But yeah, I was just telling everybody how last week we didn't have a show, but I was literally one off away from like a $15 bet to win like $500. It was the over in total field goals last week, which is the only thing I hit last week.
Yeah, I missed one myself. It's brutal.
What's going on, JD?
Dash Brothers, what y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. How are you, man?
Doing well. Moving around. Shoot, I'm sitting over here and I'm looking at the time, man. I'm throwing stuff away, trash, and so I tell you what. So I did a home gym in my garage, right?
Okay.
Garage, half of it a home gym, looks great, and I went in there and I started realizing everybody's using it for storage. Like it's just, you know how when people start putting things in and then it's like another thing, then another thing, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Like this. Oh no! So I had to go get my gym back. I'm sorry. So it's one little. Oh,
you're good, man. You're good.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it, JD. It's got to be you. I guess it's got to be you, man.
We all have spaces in our house, right? That we put the flag in. We're saying this is our little space that we have. Take pride in it, and then when somebody comes and messes up the what was that? The feng shui of things, right?
Yep. The feng shui.
Yeah.
So I was saying how last week we didn't have a show, but one of my I did like a 6-leg or 7-leg parlay last week, and only one didn't hit. It was like $15, $500. Bless you, Teja.
Thank you.
And yeah, it was like the only one I didn't hit last week was over in total field goals for the game. Like it was over 3.5 field goals. Obviously that didn't hit, but that was the only thing that did not hit last week. Everything else hit. Mahomes' yards, touchdowns, all this stuff. So hopefully we can bring that good luck back to the show this week.
What made you go for the field goal thing? You never made that bet before. I'm curious, like everybody's reason or how everybody's justification for particular.
So I've kind of fallen in love with that bet. Like when I bet on let's say the Jets or like teams that aren't like they don't really score in the red zone or have a hard time doing it. I've been doing that a lot recently. Going over Greg Zuerlein's 1.5 field goals for the game. I've been going for that. So I was like, you know what? We're not a good red zone team, and I didn't know if we were going to break out of that whole not scoring in the red zone last week.
You think we're going to break out of it?
I didn't know if we were going to break out of it last week. I was like, if not, I think that Booker would have. Yeah, I thought we would do a good job of stopping their offense, and they would score at least 2 field goals. And I thought we would at least have 2 field goals, and then it didn't happen.
Oh man, Marcus, geez. I'm getting all these other jokers is doubting the Chiefs offense, man, and here we go. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead, Don.
No field goal bets this week for me, so okay. I'm staying away from that. But yeah, without further ado, we'll begin with our first bets. Teja, you ready to take it away, brother?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll say off the bat, I'm going to throw up a Pacheco rushing one in there to make it a 6-teamer. But let's go with the 5. Mahomes, 225 and over. He's only gone under this 3 times this year, and I don't think weather will be a huge factor for him. He seems to like playing in the snow. The Packers give up the 9th lowest yardage total in the air, but I think that's more because everyone runs on them. They give up, I think, the 5th most yards per game on rushing. I don't think he's going to go for 275, but I think 225 is a good enough number. He can hit that. He doesn't have to have a crazy game to get 225. Chiefs money line. I don't really need to explain that, do I? I just think we're going to win that game. I think it's pretty safe. I'm not even going with the spread. I just think we're going to win. Rice over 32.5 receiving. So he's cleared this in his 6 out of his last 7 games. His snap count and route counts are going up. His over under for receptions is 4.5. So let's say he gets 4 catches. Let's just go under that. Let's play conservative. Let's say he gets 4 catches. He's averaging 12 yards per catch. So right there, that's putting him at 48 if he just catches 4. So he should clear the 32. I might be making the 38 to get a little more juice on it. Christian Watson under 56.5 yards receiving. He's gone under this 6 out of 8 games. The 2 games he went over, he had a 77-yard catch and a 53-yard catch. So all we pretty much need to do is deny him a long catch in this game, and we should be fine. So it comes down to, do you trust our cornerbacks to deny that? I do. And the total under 50.5. The actual line's 42, which is pretty low especially for a Chiefs game. I think they're trying to scare us into taking the over on that one. But I think with the weather the way it is, and our playing style this year, I think once we get a lead, we'll probably just sit on it. I see like a 26-16 type game.
Yeah. That's the one bet you and I have in common, Teja. This is your 5th one.
Oh, really? The over? The under?
Yeah, the exact number there, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty safe. I mean, that's like buying a good amount of points to make it safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have Pacheco in yours, don't you?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Yeah, you do. It's a good bet. I mean, we're running the ball a lot more. It's going to be an ugly weather game. They get dominated against the run, so it should hit.
JD,
what do you think about Teja's bets here?
So looking at it, Chiefs money line. Obviously going for the Chiefs money line. I think it's a good bet, right? I mean, it's all indication. And now look, okay, so this is what I'm understanding. I don't know. When you say a money line, you're saying for him to win the game. This is like
Straight up.
Right. See, it's one of the things I don't know about betting right there.
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah. So I do believe the Chiefs are going to win this game. Much better team than they are. So I think it's a good bet. Mahomes 225 passing yards. I think that's very doable. I think especially up there, he's going to exploit the defense. And I think this is one of those things you have to build on, right? And one of the guys you were talking about, which is your third bet, is Rashee Rice getting over 32.5 receiving yards. And I think Rashee will probably be close to maybe 80. I think we're still trying to, feed this guy. And so be ready for some more of those back shoulder throws, some more on the outside, maybe running some dig routes, some basics and whatnot underneath routes, and maybe even like a couple of slants from outside too. So I think the 225 for Patrick Mahomes is definitely doable. I think he'll definitely get over that. And it goes into the third one, like I said, Rashee Rice, 32.5 receiving yards. He'll kill that. I don't think we'll see Rashee Rice having under 50 yards the rest of the season. I just don't think. I don't think so. I think because he's our number one wide receiver, we're going to start getting the ball to him. And so, any of those guys are making it a point now that they found their guy they want to ride. They found their horse they want to be able to go to. Besides Justin Watson and those guys. So Rashee Rice is the guy, 32.5 receiving yards. Great bet. I think it's a great bet.
Especially in like ugly weather too. I think like if a guy who's out there who's perfectly suited for like just get the ball in his hands in the snow, that's the kind of guy I want running full speed with the ball in his hands.
Right.
Like a freight train.
What's the weather supposed to be like? You have the details?
I saw snow on the forecast, but I haven't looked any deeper into it, like what it actually is. Let me do that right now.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, but the thing is that, how does he perform in cold weather is going to be the question, right? Playing SMU.
He's definitely not used to it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Would that be a factor? It's a question. But even still, I think that's he's big body. He'll big body to catch if he needs to. So I think he'll show out.
Snow in the morning, giving way to showers of rain and wet snow during afternoon. So it says cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy at night. So it might have moved a bit. So maybe it's snow all day and then at night cold.
Yeah, there's nothing at night.
Okay,
just 33 and cloudy at night.
33 and okay, all right.
Let's see how much they cover up that field.
Yeah,
It'll feel like 27.
Yeah.
Mahomes wanted the frozen tundra. You got it, buddy.
Got it. He got it. He wants the classic. He got it. Asking you shall receive. But the next one, 4, Watson under 56.5 receiving yards. So I like a secondary. And I've said this. Snead is a bully out there. Snead will probably be the guy that's going to be on Watson. Going to travel where he's going to go. Christian Watson is a guy that I know that Jordan Love, since he's come back, he's going to try to get the ball to him. And we know he's got Reed, he's got Dobb. But like you said, if he stops it from that one big catch, we know Watson can go up and go get it. I mean, that's what he's known for. He's known for his athletic ability. I mean, leaping ability, athletic ability, making tough catches. And he's got speed. That joker can run. He can burn, man. He got them long legs. I take the bet. 56.5 receiving yards. Yeah, but if he gets a step on, Snead or something, maybe a deep post or maybe a now route, a streak, might put it in jeopardy. But I do know that Jordan Love is going to try to find Christian Watson. I know he's going to find him. That he's going to be pushing to try to get the ball to him. So they got some capable receivers, man. They got some weapons up there. So if you shut him down, then you're looking for Romeo Dobbs and Reed probably to come up and start doing some things. But it's a good bet. 56.5 receiving yards, yeah. And you talking about the weather going to be like it is? We'll see.
Because outside of last week, 2 catches, 2 catches, 1 catch, 3 catches, 3 catches, 3 catches, 2 catches. So, I mean, it's pretty much like it's not like he's not going to, slow kill us. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be one long play, or that's pretty much it. Because 2 catches, I mean, even if he averages 20 yards in those 2 catches, we're still good. 3 catches, we're talking about him about 16 yards per catch. I mean, I think it's very doable to keep him under that. Again, we just can't get burned like we, Devontae Smith, very similar to us too,
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I think it's a pretty good bet. Total points under 50.5. Now, with my projection, I'm actually over 50.
Oh.
Yeah, but I can see, under 50 on this one, especially with the weather being what it's going to be. But I had my prediction, Teja, was 35-17. That's what.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I think what you have to do, and it's just me, philosophically thinking, what you have to do offensively is keep attacking, right? Leave no doubt to people that this offense is back, or we're growing, and we're trying to become, this great offense, okay, that everybody's been talking about, we haven't had it. So what's the best thing to do is build off what you did last week, okay? Try to get more. Be greedy. Be greedy, right? So this is good defense to do it against. But the 50.5, it's not bad. It's not a bad bet. So you got the bet $25 and 123. Okay, pretty good.
Easy money.
Yeah. All money ain't easy, but that's
true.
That right there, I think is doable. I think it's not bad.
All right. Okay, so now we're gonna head to head with mine. Mine, just based on the history, this bet this week for me is kind of an outlier. It's very easy money bet, but it's safer. It's a safe bet this week. Okay, so I'll begin. So my first one is Pacheco over 60 rushing yards. 7 of the 11 running backs that have faced against the Green Bay Packers have exceeded 60 yards rushing this year. The last 3 running backs they've faced have gone for over 60 plus yards rushing. And just you've seen since the bye week, we've kind of started to commit to the run a little bit more to kind of help us, kind of allow us to do more in the passing game. We were kind of, just kind of feeding the ball to Pacheco. I think with 15 carries and 19 carries the last 2 weeks for Pacheco's carries. So yeah, I think he'll probably go for more than 60 yards rushing, just based on the Packers kind of giving way to all these running backs that have gone against them. But I do think, I think 60 yards rushing is kind of a good spot here for Pacheco to kind of eat against the Packers. And also too, if the weather is going to be the way it is, I think you're going to see a lot of rushing attempts this week. In this frozen tundra type game that we're going to be seeing on Sunday night. So yeah, Pacheco 60 yards rushing. My next one, don't really have a lot of stats to back this one up. This is Rice over 4.5 catches. This is more of a gut feeling bet. This is kind of what JD was kind of alluding to, that we finally have found our wide receiver 1, and it seems like we're committing to him. He had 10 targets last week, and I think that's only going to continue to grow. I think we're only going to see 9 to double-digit targets a week for Rashee Rice. And I think you kind of have to do that with your guy. You're showing you got faith in him. You saw what he did last week when he got double-digit targets. Kind of going to give that to him a little bit more. And I think in the cold weather game, I think Rice has kind of shown he's kind of a 3-level route runner. He can take the deep ball, he can get the intermediate routes, and you can also give him the quick screen type catches. I think we're going to see a lot of the quick screen type stuff this week. In the cold weather kind of game that it's going to be. And I think we'll kind of see a little bit of the 3 levels that he can provide to us this week. But I do think they're going to make a concerted effort to give the ball to Rashee Rice. So yeah, I think over 4.5 catches. That was a pretty good value one. I think it was plus 110 for Rice to have over 4.5 catches. So yeah, I think we're just going to continue to give him the ball this week. My next one is the Chiefs to cover minus 2.5 points. This is an alt line, so I think the Chiefs will at least win this game by 2.5 points. The spread is 6, but I bought it down to minus 2.5. Every win that we've had this year, we've won by at least 2.5 points this year. So it's a little bit, you're getting better value than just straight up money line for the Chiefs. You're getting it by about a field goal, and every game we've won, we've covered that line. So yeah, 2.5 points. The Chiefs will win this game by. I think it's a lock. If we win, we'll win by more than 2.5.
Yeah, that's a good bet.
My next one, Chiefs total points. The Chiefs will have over 19.5 points. If you watched our show this week, I have the Chiefs winning 34-7. I think we'll get. I want to be safe with this one. You could have done 34 points for the Chiefs this week. That didn't. You get a lot of money on that bet alone. But I just went safe. I went 19.5 points. The last 3 games. So yeah, it's 7. The Packers have at least given up 20 points in 7 of their 11 games this year. So pretty much of 7 games this year, of 11 opponents they've faced, they've given up 20 points 7 times. But I think we're amongst the best offenses in the league. We haven't really shown it that much this year, but I think based on last week and kind of continue to get into a rhythm and on a roll here, I think there's a spot where we at least put up more than 20 points. I mean, I think it's a given. I think our average this year is about 24 points a game, I think. So yeah, I think it was just
I think it was.
Yeah, if we just stick with our average, we're gonna exceed this bet, even if it is in the frozen tundra. So, and my last bet, what Teja's last bet was total points, game total being under 50.5 points. All but one Chiefs game this year has gone below 50.5 points. And Packers, all but 3 games have gone below 51 points. So these are 2 teams who aren't really who scores aren't really blowing out the roof at all. So I mean, yeah. So all but 1 game for the Chiefs have gone below 50.5 points, and all but 3 for the Packers have gone below 50.5 points. So yeah, I think it's another one that's close to a lock. Not gonna say it's a lock, but close to a lock. I think pretty much all my bets here are close to being locks. But yeah, you bet 25 to win 142 with this bet this week.
Yeah.
JD, what are you thinking?
All right. Let's see. The Pacheco 60+ rushing yards. And I do believe that we'll emphasize running Pacheco this week. It's still going to be one of those hard fought runs, where he's churning his legs, maybe picking up some yards here and there, in the middle of a pack against, running backs, defending running backs and the rushers. So I definitely believe 60+ rushing yards. I think there's some obviously short yardage, goal line. We're going to be running the football. And I think Pacheco has earned the right. I think Andy and those guys have figured out that part of the formula is you got to run Pacheco to get everybody else open. I mean, it just opens up everything else, right? So I do believe Pacheco 60+ rushing yards is a good bet. I'm all for that one. I'm all over that one. I like that. Rice over 4.5 catches. I can see that. A couple maybe screens, like you said, screen game, getting a couple of those, just let him get up the field and get busy, just get some positive yards. And then, of course, maybe hit a couple in the middle. And then, like I said, the back shoulder throws. But I do believe that he'll have over 4 catches. Okay, I do believe he'll have at least 5 catches this game. And when a guy's hot, you just keep him hot, right? You just keep him going, especially he's a rookie. So what do you do with rookies? Because you understand that you're trying to establish something with him. And part of that is consistency. So I think we're going to feed Rashid Rice, which we should. So the 4.5 catches, I do believe it is doable. Okay. The third bet, Chiefs, the 2.5 over. I do believe that. I actually like how you put everything together for the bet. As opposed to just the money line, and you put that extra in there for having like a field goal or something. I was like, okay, that's interesting. I like that. The way you explained it, I was like, hey, it makes sense. Make more money just doing it that way. Yeah. So that's a good bet, man. It's a good bet right there, Mark.
Marcus, making me look bad.
Yeah.
Just taking the Chiefs money line was too easy.
Yeah, I hear you. It's not bad. I like that. I was like, okay, I like that. So Chiefs over 19.5 points. And I was looking at their average, I think 23.3, Marcus, is what they're averaging right now.
Gotcha.
So, like I said, and we believe this, like you said, we talked about this on the show, that, look, we've been riding that horse with Pacheco. Rice has been doing real well. And Travis Kelce has he's gotten back to his old self, and he hasn't lost a step. Yeah, he hasn't, lost a step yet. Okay, he's still the same guy.
Quarter step, maybe.
Hey.
Come on.
Ah,
If he has lost a quarter step at this age, he needs to be checked for HGH every week. Okay.
hey, look, man. Hey, look. I've seen guys, and I'm telling you, that age.
Even LeBron's lost a quarter step.
Yeah, LeBron's been doing it for 50 years. So but him losing that quarter step is still, he's still the king, right? And so I think a lot of it is really it is kind of weighing on it. It's more so the injuries, like the little nicks and stuff.
Yeah, no, totally.
Right. Yeah.
Starting the year off that way sucks. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to have that injury happen in week 10 and play the rest of the season on a little gimp. But man, before the first game, it was just terrible timing.
Well, you can, and that's the problem because you can never really get healthy. I mean, you're trying to, but you're playing week after week after week.
Yeah.
It's always that nagging part, man. It's just nagging you, just a little thing here and there. So that will be what's slowing him down more so, I would say, than just the age part of it.
Let me ask you a question real fast, JD. Sorry to divert here. Marcus and I were talking about this recently. I'm going to ask you, who do you think has – well, that's a good way of putting it. Who do you think has lost more of a step? Atlanta Gonzalez or Kelce right now?
I mean, obviously, it was Atlanta Gonzalez.
You think so?
Yeah. And the fact is – but Tony was doing things different, like just to keep the longevity. He always had durability, but it was when you had obviously Julio and Roddy and those guys around you, that helps out tremendously. Now here's the thing. Now I'm just saying it because Tony had the years on him. That's really why I'm just saying that.
How old was Tony when he went to his first year in Atlanta?
Oh man, I don't know.
What's Kelce right now? 30.
He's 34, right? That's what he says.
I think it's Tony's first year in Atlanta was 2009. So how old?
So 2009, he got into the league in '97, and he came in early. He came out his junior year.
He was 33 when he went to Atlanta.
Okay. And he played in Atlanta for how many years?
2009 to 2013. So 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 5 years.
So pretty comparable, and I mean, not the last year of Atlanta. I'm talking maybe like the year 1 or 2 type thing, but age.
Yeah, I mean, he was still hitting them up when he first got to Atlanta. That's the thing about it. And even then, like he was making plays in Atlanta, like he just wasn't slowing down. I think more so than anything else, it was just the years that was just weighing on him. It wasn't like he had any nagging injuries in itself. I think it was just the whole monotony of getting ready to go out and play each and every year. That's what it was. And so
even his last year in Atlanta, I'm just looking at stats right now. Like he probably could have played like 2 or 3 more years because like
easy
83 catches for 859 yards and 8 touchdowns his last season there.
That sucker could probably get out there and play right now.
If we get him on the show, I'd love to have him on the record asking him, if you go back in time, especially with all these records that are being broken left and right, would you have played another year or 2? I'd love to hear his answer to that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna text him and see what he says.
Yeah, that's great. Well, it's funny because what we talked about in the post-game show after the which game was it? The Raiders game, right? We were talking about, was that the Raiders game? The one before it?
The one before that. Was the one.
Yeah, the one before it. The one naturally. We were saying like we probably wouldn't notice Kelce's losing anything if he was like around the Julio Joneses and Roddy Whites of the world, because we wouldn't be relying. But when you're stacking all your weight of the team on top of him, and he's got you see it when he's slowing down a little bit. It's like, wait, hold on, that camel's starting to go a little slower with all that stuff on top of his back, right? But like Gonzalez was smart. He went to a team where he didn't need to be the sole and only producer of offense, which extended his career another few years. So anyway, I have to go on a Kelce tangent, but.
Well, no, I mean, Tony was a machine, man. I'm telling you, when I'm talking about taking care of his body, I mean, he was just built strong. You know what I mean? Like there's certain guys that they had that build about them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's things you can't do and he always just kind of took care of his body. My thing with Kelce is, nobody's just letting him run around now. That's the thing about it. Without having any type of hit, I don't care what you do, grabbing, clawing. That is that's going to be the key for every team defensively is like, look, Travis Kelce, I don't care what it is. Even if he's one-on-one with a guy, I need 2 or 3 guys around him to tackle him. It's like the one where he catches the one right to go on the goal line, well, the end zone, the one the DB punched it out.
Uh-huh.
It was 4 guys hitting it.
I know.
And they corralled him real quick. He got past the guy. You know what I mean? He still had the little wiggle to him. He might have went in and tried to score, but 4 guys crushed him. And so those things do weigh on him. They do.
Absolutely.
And so I don't know, man. For me, I just see, like you said, him having more guys around him to take the weight off of him. Man, that joke could be popping up like a Pop-Tart. Really. So
yeah.
So yeah, man. I just and the numbers to me just doesn't really bear it out either. I mean, we could look at yak yards and all those different things, but and obviously when we look at plays, certain plays come to our mind that Travis has made. Like, oh my gosh, he's unbelievable, especially like the one against the Chargers where he scores, the walk off. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And things like that. So yeah, like those are the first things that come to your mind. So when he catches the ball and gets tackled, it's like, oh, okay, well he might have lied. I'm like, to me, I don't really see it. I don't see it like that. I don't see it. But I do know how those injuries do lay on a person. You just can't, like, your knees hurt, you get up, your back is aching you. So it's just it's a grind. It's a grind.
Yeah, he gets up a lot more. I wouldn't say gimpy, but before I never saw any trace of any of the hits he took.
Yeah.
Now when I watch him play, he seems a little slower getting back to the huddle, or he goes to the sidelines for a couple plays. Like, it's not that did. I mean, that's natural. I mean, I'm not even complaining about this. It's just really an observation of anything else.
I would say he's worn out. He's just tired from all the stuff.
Yeah.
Does that mean that his speed and stuff has declined? I don't think so. I think he's still as fast as ever. He's never really been a fast guy. He's been more crafty more than anything else with the yards at the catch, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I was calling it the rubber band man, because he never would just get hit flush. With the way teams are playing him right now, I know they'd like, man, take as many hits on him as possible.
Yeah.
But the crazy part about that is his blocking has gotten so much better. I don't know if y'all watched him block this year, but I would say that this, to me, is probably his best blocking I've seen since I watched Travis Kelce.
Huh.
Seriously. And he's blocking with an attitude because he's pissed off. And a lot of it is probably because of the hits and stuff that he's getting. And maybe it's the frustration of him not getting the football in the past couple of games. So when you are double and triple teaming him, he's just going to take it out on guys. So you do see a little bit more attitude. I see, in the blocks, man, he's throwing his body around. He's pushing on guys. But yeah, I mean, that's my observation. I'm like, dang, like Travis is blocking these dudes. So
JD, if you're saying he's blocking the best in his career, then I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you with that one, JD.
And I'm sure he's had some other moments, but this year has been, it's really been standing out to me. Let me put it that way. So, so back to the regular program, though. We'll get back to the regular program, right?
Yes.
So Chiefs over 19.5 points. We said 23.3 is what they're averaging right now. I do believe they'll get that. Like I said, I think they're going to score 35. My other score was going to be 28-10 was what the other score was going to be. So I had 2 different scores, 35, and maybe the 35 overshot it. I want them guys to do well, but even 28 points, putting 28 points on this team is going to be right. Like, we're still stacking, and that's what I love to see. As long as we keep going forward and progression is what this is all about. So we'll definitely pull that. Total points under 50.5. Yeah, because of the weather, what it may be like, I do see that possibly happening. Like I said, my first one was 52 points. My second one was right around, like I said, 838. So I think they get under 50.5. I do believe that. And a lot of them might just have to do with our defense, man. I hope our defense just absolutely comes out and crush these guys. I wanted to see what Chris Jones had to say about this new defense. I never got to check it out. But I guess he did a little something talking about him a little bit. But yeah, man, all good bets. $25 for 142. 25 for 142. So if we're looking at it, I love it. It's always funny. They just like get a little look like, what are you gonna say? I do. The only one, my concern on yours, Teja, my concern is the Watson under 56.5 receiving yards. Okay. So I know how to utilize him last year toward the end of the season. Like they were just throwing the ball up to him. And it was just like, look, you just make a play. So when I'm looking at his stats, you could see they were trying to get the ball to him, these past few weeks, because he's a guy. He's, your number one pick. And so I know that's the thing about feeding Watson. That was the only thing that was kind of out toward me. Marcus, on yours, I think I like each and every one of them. Pacheco, 60+ rushing yards. I do like that. Shoot, my man CH might come in and give a little something, a little juice. Okay, it might be a nice little mix, a little change of pace.
He looked good last week.
Yeah. But if I had to go with it, okay, with everything being safe and what it is, with this, man, I might have to go with might have to go with Marcus on this one.
I knew it.
I'm going to go with Marcus on it, man. I don't know, that Watson one just keeps standing out.
The Watson one's scaring you. That's interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the Watson one scares you, how many points do you have him scoring in that game? 7?
No, 17.
Okay, yeah, 17. Okay, if Watson scares you, then 17's a little more like it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to. I mean, if they're going to score 17, Watson's going to have to catch one of those balls.
Right. Yeah. And
I will say, Love, he was tossing him a lot. He's become a lot more safe with the ball. He's not as just slinging him everywhere now. He's a little more safe. I guess all those million interceptions he threw in a matter of 3 weeks got to him.
Yeah. And I look at a lot of, they kind of mirror a little bit of Vegas somewhat, because Watson does a lot of the same type of routes that Devontae runs and Jacoby. I mean, that's pretty much their offense. It really is. And so that's what they're kind of looking at this week. But if you stop Christian Watson from, like I said, jumping up and making some plays, he's a young guy, man. I think Snead's the guy to do it. He just got to be aggressive with it. And you know what? Watson, it was a game I was watching a couple of weeks ago, and he was looking to try to get calls. Like, there was a couple of balls thrown to him, but he was looking to try to get the pass interference. So I'm like, hey,
the Raiders Monday night game.
Yes, I was like, what are you doing? Like, just go try to get the ball. How about that?
Yeah.
For the call.
You watch Devontae too much.
Huh?
You watch Devontae Adams too much.
Oh yeah.
But Devontae gets those calls. That's a difference.
I didn't get those calls. He's earned those calls.
I think a second-year player wanting Jordan foul calls. You ain't getting those, dude. just try to hit the shot.
Yeah. Well, shoot, Devontae was looking for those calls against Snead, man. And Snead, I mean, he got one, but that was about it. Other than that, Snead was in his tail all night.
I could see Green Bay, like kind of how I think that generally happens with our defense. Maybe first couple drives, like there could be one big play. I could see Watson catching like a 40-yard pass on that first opening drive. Yeah. And then kind of going quiet for the next 2 quarters, and then Taja's gonna have to sweat it out. Hopefully the fourth quarter, he doesn't get another 20 or 30-yard catch or something.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone cashes this week. I hope whether you pick my bets, pick Taja's bets, or do a combination of the two, hopefully everyone makes out with some money after this Sunday night game this week. For our Chief Concerns show, we'll have our show directly after the game on our Chief Concerns channel on YouTube. We'll see you guys after the game on Sunday night. So probably a late one, like a late night Chief Concerns show, like at midnight probably.
Quick question. So who leads between y'all two right now?
Ooh.
Overall picks?
Overall picks.
Teja is. I've swung for the fences too many times, JD.
Okay.
Ooh, does that factor in the decision, huh?
I had to. Yeah, I might.
My credit score is higher. You're giving a loan out. You don't want to give it to,
might,
right?
Okay. Yeah, I might. All right.
But this week I took a page out of Teja's book. Go more conservative with my play calls. Running all three downs.
Yeah, you're like Jordan Love the last month.
Hey man, that Thanksgiving win out of it.
Turn to your tight ends and running backs a lot, eh?
Yeah, oh yeah. But all right, guys, we hope everyone has a good weekend. We'll see you guys directly after the game on Sunday. Fellas, love you guys.
All right, brothers. Love y'all. Y'all take care. See y'all.
Guys.
Love y'all.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.